Who's paying for our so-called free internet use? The virtual revolution reveals a bit of a shocker tomorrow at 10 to midnight. But right now on BBC Two, 15 minutes later than planned, how the silverware was won. It's the League Cup final.
Yes, hello then, a warm welcome from Wembley for the 2010 League Cup final in a contest steeped in history as the original winners of this competition take on the current holders. Yes, it's Aston Villa versus Manchester United, and it's fair to say both teams know this competition fairly well. They've been here twice in the last 4 years, and both times Manchester United have emerged victorious.
Rooney could score here, and he does! Heads it down, Rooney makes it 4! Manchester United 4, Wigan Athletic 0.
Well, now it's David Bentley for Tottenham, who trail 3-1 at the moment.
And Bentley put it wide.
This is going to be to win the Carling Cup. Anderson against Gomez, Anderson scores, and Manchester United win the Carling Cup for 2009.
Only Liverpool have won this trophy more times than Aston Villa, but their most recent win was 14 years ago.
Milosevic for Villa, Taylor to his left, York to his right, Milosevic goes on, shoots, into the net, a screaming goal! Left foot rocket from 25 yards!
Villa have won the League Cup here, 3-0 against Leeds.
Villa also delivered one of the greatest cup final goals ever.
Here's Nickel. Oh yes!
The next time they reached the final was against today's opponents when Villa took the honours.
Shovel back by Fenton to Townsend, flick from Saunders, in goes Atkinson in the area, Atkinson shoots, and it's there! Aston Villa have won the League Cup.
Well, let's get the thoughts then of former League Cup winner Steve Claridge. Steve, first of all, your thoughts on Manchester United not starting with a man in form in Wayne Rooney?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just that he's not playing, it means that the shape of the side will change as well. They'll go 4-4-2. Sir Alex will match up now against Aston Villa. So we'll have a far more even contest, particularly in that midfield area. With Wayne Rooney not in the starting 11, will Martin O'Neill use that as a formal part of his pep talk to the players before kick-off? Well, I mean, it certainly won't do them any harm, will it? A Man United side with Wayne Rooney is possibly a little bit more of a potent force than without him, of course. But no, they've got plenty of good players, Man United, and there'll certainly be no disrespect coming from that Villa dressing room. And finally, where will the other key battles be, do you think? I think it will primarily be in that midfield area. We know that Villa look extremely good going forward. They've got a real potent threat from midfield, the likes of Downing, Young, Milner. I mean, they're three good players on the board, particularly going forward, and it'll be interesting to see how Man United cope with them. OK, well, let's get confirmation of the team news, and to talk you through the game itself, Mark Lawrenson and Guy Mowbray.
Pyrotechnics, powerful music, scarves being waved, real excitement in the Wembley air. Manchester United supporters, well, those of a certain age anyway, have seen them attempt to win and indeed end up winning the lot in football. Only one thing matters today, that's winning and retaining the League Cup. And there's Dave Tatlock of 2 Para, told he'd never walk again after being paralysed by shrapnel in Afghanistan in July 2008. A Manchester United season ticket holder, and a wonderful moment for him. Let's take a look at the teams. The biggest decision that Martin O'Neill had to make was on his goalkeeper, and he's gone with Brad Friedel, a League Cup winner and man of the match with Blackburn in 2002. Brad Guzan therefore on the bench, and unlucky, having played in every round and played a major role in Villa being here. Warnock, Milner, Downing and Heskey are all in the England squad to play Egypt here on Wednesday. Two others, like Bonlahor and Ashley Young, will be hoping to make the final squad named for the World Cup. No doubt about the United headline. Wayne Rooney is only a substitute, a move that hasn't impressed some of the United fans I've been talking to, but then Sir Alex Ferguson has always been about winning trophies rather than friends. No Van der Sar either, so it's Kuszak in goal and Berbatov and Owen up front. Remarkably, this is Michael Owen's first Wembley final, with all of his major moments with Liverpool coming at Cardiff's Millennium Stadium. So we're all set for the 50th League Cup final. Rather fittingly, it involves the current holders and the team that won the very first League Cup, Aston Villa, back in 1961 when they beat Rotherham United over 2 legs. This is all about today. It will be won today, whether we have to go into extra time or indeed all the way to penalties, as Manchester United did last season. This is Aston Villa against Manchester United. Emile Heskey knows all about winning League Cups. He's managed it 4 times. Scored in the final in 1997 for Leicester against Middlesbrough. And he might just get a chance very early on with Villa getting a free kick. Ashley Young is going to take it. James Collins has made his way forward with Richard Dunn too. And delivers powerfully. And it's met acrobatically by Everett. Villa force a corner inside a minute. Carlos Cuellar has joined the attacking party. Scored against United just 18 days ago in the Premier League. That one's headed away by Raphael. G-Sun Park gives Michael Owen something to chase. Just a token effort at putting pressure on Stephen Warnock. And Stuart Downing, the scorer of 2 goals in Villa's demolition of Burnley a week ago. Delighted to get his first England call last night in nearly a year. He was a League Cup winner 6 years ago, although he didn't take to the field in Middlesbrough's win over Bolton and Cardiff. Brad Friedel's last appearance in this competition, January 2006, in Blackburn Rovers' semi-final defeat against Manchester United. Brought back in because of his experience. And Mark, I think, simply because Villa want to make sure they have every chance of winning, and that's no disrespect meant to Brad Guzan.
Not at all, and he is a better goalkeeper, isn't he?
Milner. And Bonlahor slipped. Made it easier for Nemanja Vidic. Vidic only playing his 2nd game of 2010. Made his reappearance on Tuesday against West Ham. Missed 11 games with a mystery nerve problem in his leg. Johnny Evans playing in his 2nd consecutive League Cup final. And Thomas Kuszak playing in his 1st. He didn't get onto the field last year against Spurs. Ben Foster was, of course, the penalty-saving hero for Manchester United, thanks to his iPod, rather famously. There's Darren Fletcher. Now G-Sun Park. Owen and Berbatov calling for the ball to be delivered early. When it was delivered, it was straight to Stilian Petrov. Downing tries to switch it over to Ashley Young. Switching will be a feature for Aston Villa. I watched them against Burnley last week, Mark, and Downing and Young were constantly swapping sides.
Yeah, and I think also add Milner as well to the 2 you mentioned, and he can play down either side as well.
James Milner, who's scored in his last 3 League Cup games. Ashley Young helps it on for Gabi Agbonlahor, who's got the pace, and he's getting away from Vidic. Agbonlahor goes down. It's a penalty for Aston Villa. 3.5 minutes into the final. And Vidic was always struggling.
It looked for a second when Agbonlahor actually got in front of him that he was going to go through on goal, and then he seemed to miscontrol the ball a little bit. In the end, I don't think Vidic can have any argument about the fact that he's caught him. The outstretched leg is over.
Well, he's got a hold of the shirt, the leg comes across, it's 2 fouls in 1.
Yeah.
No further punishment for Vidic, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Just a word in his ear from Phil Dowd. Nevertheless, Manchester United may be about to be punished by James Milner. From the spot, on the spot to score! Aston Villa have the advantage in the 2010 Carling Cup final.
It's a good penalty, isn't it? Very, very well taken. But the argument, what's the law, guy? Denying a goal-scoring opportunity? Surely he was denying a goal-scoring opportunity, so he should be sent off. We don't want to see players sent off, but he should have been sent off.
We often talk about these occasions needing an early goal to get them going. And that's exactly what we've had. And sweeping it into Stuart Downing. It's pretty clear that Villa have started the brighter of the two teams.
There's a nice urgency about them, isn't there?
Milner. Downing. Drifts past Luis Antonio Valencia, but going the wrong way as far as Villa are concerned. Here's Emil Heskey letting it run for Agbon Lahore. Vidic to Kuszczak. Had to hurry with that. Fletcher. And Richard Dunn has been dispossessed by Berbatov. Berbatov breaking into the box. Dunn had to get it right. Michael Owen follows up, and United are level. Never mind Wayne Rooney. Michael Owen's on the field to score.
Well done. He got himself back, got himself out of the position where he'd lost the ball. Berbatov picked his pocket basically, using his pace and his strength, pinched the ball off him, and all he succeeded in doing was lining up Michael Owen. It was actually a good tackle in the end. Unfortunately for Villa and for Dunn, it just played Michael Owen in. Cool finish as well, isn't it? It's a great finish.
Swept home as though his England credentials, his abilities to perform at the top level should never ever have been questioned.
Well, Fabio will have seen it, won't he?
Richard Dunn's first major final as a player. All those years of trying and striving with Everton and Manchester City. It's not started brilliantly for him here today.
Well, he rectified the situation, but too well.
Milner. Heskey darts into the penalty area. Milner's going to go for it himself. Kuszczak with the parry away. Agbon Lahore. That's drifted wide, and Kuszczak knew it was going wide.
Well, the way that Milner just drifted past his marker was a little bit frightening for Manchester United. It's a good save from Kuszczak as well. Too easy.
Warnock. Big few weeks ahead for him. Ashley Cole injured. Wayne Bridge stepping away from the international spotlight. He would seem to have the popular vote over Everton's Leighton Baines at the moment, but there's only one man who will ultimately make that decision. Here's Ji-sung Park, who I'm sure will be at the World Cup with South Korea. Breaking into the Villa box here, Berbatov's back heel, and Park didn't get a clean contact.
A touch from Berbatov, isn't it? Nice little give and go from Ji-sung Park as well, just a bit of a scuff more than anything. Great awareness from Berbatov.
It's a free kick for Villa because of a foul committed on Emil Heskey, and Raphael's second foul in a 30-second spell. Ashley Young. Heskey climbing. Heskey again. It was a quick turn. It was an instinctive effort. And Kuszczak got down pretty well.
Yeah, looks though I might have just seen it a little bit late, but comfortable in the end. Good turn by Heskey. A little bit of deflection on it as well, I think.
Yeah, took the pace off. Flipped off Vidic. Berbatov. Gets the return. Through for Michael Owen. And across comes Richard Dunn. United corner.
Yeah, good play again by Berbatov. Just wondered whether Michael Owen was going to think about hitting it early, left-footed, obviously not. Just here as it bounced up. No, he changed his mind, didn't he? He wasn't quite sure what to do.
Valencia's corner. Friedel goes back to his goal line. Dunn flicked it away. Carrick, it went straight against Milner. And United arms are stretched out wide, asking for handball. That's Fletcher getting in front of Petrov and then battling with Downing. Pops out for Warnock. Free kick for Villa anyway. And on they go. I've just caught sight on the other side of the field of Wayne Rooney going through his first warm-ups of the day. Quite intense ones too. This is Ashley Young, and it only just evades Heskey.
It was whipped, wasn't it?
Downing can't keep it in. Oh, that was cross of the day.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether Heskey was actually still getting... Oh, he's coming on.
And it's Michael Owen.
He injured himself good. You know, the ball that he left, that was obviously... That's why he didn't go for it.
Well, he's made his mark on the League Cup final. This is where we think Michael... Yeah, there.
Oh, yeah, pulled up. Hamstring, maybe. He just dropped Heskey in for a little minute, Villa, as well. Back into the midfield.
Means like Bonlahor's going to do a lot of chasing on his own for the next couple of minutes. This is Park. Now Berbatov. Valencia. Oh, Valencia has made the most of a stumble from Warnock. This is Park! Off the post! Park again! What a good tackle from Milner. And he comes away with the ball. And Villa breathe again. They look certain to be going 2-1 behind there.
Well, they did. It all started really on the right with Valencia when Warnock slipped. There doesn't look any particular danger at this moment, and he's just slipped. Decent strike as well by Park, wasn't it?
Ji-sung Park, well, half a thickness of a post away from giving United the lead. It's Berbatov. Carrick. Park through to Berbatov, the back heel for Carrick. Carrick goes for goal, and what a good stop that is from Friedel.
It's a great stop, Guy, because it looked for a moment so Carrick was going to play it down the other side of Friedel. It's great play from Manchester United. Berbatov flick again as he pulls the ball back. You think he's going to play it to the left, to the goalkeeper's left, but it's not to the right, so it's an even better save, isn't it?
Dunn powered into the crowd to get his head to it. Collins wallops it away. United pressing. Michael Carrick did so well to keep his balance and his cool. 4 Villa defenders around him. Scored in the second leg of the semi against City. Again with a cool finish, passing the ball into the net. Rooney. Collins makes sure it doesn't reach Berbatov. Stuart Downing now. Only Agbonlahor ahead of him, but he can shift. Vidic has given himself a couple of yards this time. Agbonlahor, he went for goal. Or did he?
No, I don't think he did. I think he crossed it.
He's got his head up, sees Heskey coming. The body shape suggested a cross. Berbatov. Rooney. Never got it under control. Heskey. Ashley Young will keep that in. Just. Away from Fletcher. Agbonlahor getting into the centre. Vidic stopped the cross. Too high for Agbonlahor. Now Downing. Heskey is into the penalty area now. It's deflected up into the air. Kushat will come to punch. Met it successfully. Petrov thought about it and will again. Might not next time.
No, he wanted to hit that so hard, didn't he? And he did everything but. Good play by Vidic beforehand as well when Young was through. He just got himself in a great position to block the cross. Just stood his ground and read exactly where the ball was going.
Petrov scored a fortnight ago in the FA Cup at Palace. That was his first of the season. That wasn't anywhere near being his second. Another yellow card, and Nemanja Vidic has got his caution. 62 minutes after he should have been possibly shown red.
Well, it makes a mockery out of the early decision not to give him anything, doesn't it?
A lot of chuntering going on amongst the Aston Villa contingent in the crowd. Ashley Young to take the Villa free kick. Villa have scored 11 headed goals this season in the Premier League. Almost a third of the goals that they've scored. Young over. They won't score a header from that sort of delivery. It was straight into the gloves of Kusha. He hasn't had an awful lot to do. I'd say the same about Friedel. One good save apiece, maybe. Neville. For all that, it's been a pretty good game and continues to be.
Yeah, good and open.
James Collins. Heskey. Good feet from Stuart Downing, and he's got the ball back again. That's deflected behind. Villa have a corner, and Villa fans have really responded to that. Great roar from that end of the ground. Villa are attacking their own supporters.
Be a left-footed in-swinger as well. Oathfield Downing on it, yeah.
Cuellar, Collins, Dunn, all up. Over it comes from Downing. Carrick flicked it across. It's going to fall for Ashley Young. Straight into the deck, and it bounces wide.
Oh, what a golden opportunity that is. Probably had to wait so long. It felt like it's taken age to come out of the sky, but it's a really good opportunity. Just hit the target from here, look.
Rooney. And Carrick. Valencia. United fans have burst into a chant of attack, attack, attack. They're doing that slowly right now. Valencia increases the pace. Clips it in for Rooney. Another headed goal for Wayne Rooney. Named as a substitute into the action early. Now he makes his inevitable mark on the match.
Well, it's just such a tantalising cross as well, isn't it? Again, Valencia into Berbatov, just stood up for him, look. It's a great header. Just enough on it as well.
That is perfect placement. Brad Friedel took a step to his right. He couldn't get up high enough to stop it looping over him.
You could see with Friedel, as soon as it left Rooney's head, he was always going to struggle to get that.
12 goals in his last 9 games. Wayne Rooney just can't stop scoring with his head. Milner. Heskey to Warnock. Now Villa have to gamble. Downing. Agbonlahor not allowed to turn. Berbatov. Ji-sung Park. Rooney to the left-hand side. Park might want to do it all by himself here. It's a really good run from the South Korean. And an excellent tackle from Richard Dunn.
Just wondered whether it was a foul.
Fletcher. Rooney. Valencia. It's Berbatov stretching. Any sort of touch, and United would have had a 2-goal lead.
Oh, great little ball then, wasn't it?
Well, against West Ham in the week, it was 2 Valencia crosses onto the head of Wayne Rooney. That was another Valencia cross that nearly led to Berbatov scoring. Aston Villa have 13 minutes plus injury time left to respond. Milner. Headed away by Vidic.
He'll make a change very soon, Villa, I think.
Park. Look how high up the pitch Richard Dunn is. He's going to have to get back with Rooney on the ball. Now Carrick. Neville. Valencia. Warnock in his way. Past Warnock. He claims handball. Valencia continues. Rooney again! Off the post. Warnock just about gets his balance back and his bearings to clear.
Well, Valencia's had an unbelievable 5 minutes here. Again, it's another great cross left by Berbatov.
Well, those two are a dream combination for United right now. Valencia and Rooney. He'll think he should have scored.
Yeah. Perfect downward header as well, isn't it? In terms of technique.
Well, if one doesn't get you, the other one will, or in today's case, both of them. There's Warnock. Richard Dunn is up as an extra striker here. And he knocks the ball down. Carrick it is who gets it away. Well, Villa have got to go for broke now. Milner. Downing. That's a good ball in. It's deflected and it's well saved by Kuszczak. That might just have been creeping under the crossbar.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's Collins who got the header, but it's a great cross in, left-footed, swinging in. He attacked it really well, Villa as well.
Kuszczak was ready when he was needed. Ashley Young to take the Villa corner. Heskey to make life awkward for Evans and Kuszczak. Young in. Dunn was climbing, or it looked that way.
Yeah, appeals for a handball against Berbatov.
Warnock. Dunn. Collins. Cross was semi-deflected. Downing against Rooney. Rooney wins, but then gives it away. It was well cut out by Petrov. This is John Carew. It's broken back to Agbonlahor. It's Rooney's header, and it's a Villa corner again. Well, they're giving it a real go. They have to.
Yeah, they do. They get a real threat now. Again, left-footed corner coming in.
Up goes Richard Dunn, and the whistle has gone. I think it was a good save by Kuszczak, actually, but this time it is climbing over the top.
Yeah, some leverage to get the header.
Heskey and Evans, arms locked. Yeah, he's taking a ride on Berbatov, isn't he?
Yeah. So they've gone. I mean, Villa just, Carew, and it was Heskey with the header first.
Came off Vidic.
Yeah.
And off the bar. Don't think it was a save from Kuszczak, in the end. That's a familiar sight. Martin O'Neill hopping around. And look how desperate he is for his side to turn this around. It's not been a constant story of success in the League Cup for Martin O'Neill. He did lose a final here with Leicester. Here's Wayne Rooney. And there's Stephen Warnock. Also lost one with Nottingham Forest as a player, famously to Wolves in an Andy Gray goal. Park. Here's Valencia. Trying to find Berbatov. Friedel comes and flaps at it, but importantly got two hands to it. Agbonlahor. Evra loses it and is clattered into Ashley Young. It's out to Valencia. The flag is down. Only Berbatov in the centre. Valencia holding off Agbonlahor. Now Berbatov. And he must have been put off by Collins.
Yeah, well, it's not that Collins slid in at him. I think he'd made his mind at what he wanted to do with it, Berbatov, but completely skied it.
Collins. Little slip as he fired it forward. Milner. Here's Agbonlahor. Milner. Heskey with the jump. Dunn was in front of him. Richard Dunn again. Now it's Ashley Young, and now Stuart Downing to lift one. Dunn got in there, but a little too late.
Just couldn't quite get enough on it, could he? Just came in round the back of Agbonlahor.
It might only need one Villa chance.
It's a clever ball by Downing. Just lifted it up.
A huge figure of Richard Dunn came piling through. Oh, you can feel Martin O'Neill's angst. Dunn. Clever little hook into the box. Cleared again by Carrick. This is Milner. Petrov. Another header from Carrick. And United break away, and it's 4 against 2 here. It's Valencia, make it 3 against 2. Berbatov has dropped out of it. Valencia's gone for goal. And he's hit the side netting hard.
He never really seemed to have a look at anybody else, and he just decided it was head down. Time to go.
We're into the 4th minute of injury time at Wembley. The board said 4. James Milner is going to hurl this one deep into the United box. James Collins being tracked by Darren Gibson. Over it comes from Milner. Helped across towards Heskey. It's out for Petrov, who can't shoot. Young. Agbonlahor wide, and that will be just about it. And he knows it too.
Yeah. Just not quite enough, as Manchester United have carried the better goal threat throughout the whole of the second half, Guy, and have edged the game here for me.
Eric Steele, the goalkeeper coach, has a little word with Sir Alex Ferguson, former Brighton teammate of yours, Mark.
Yeah, just call him Stainless.
And it's the yellow and green scarves and the red and white scarves that are waving, because Manchester United have retained the Carling Cup. And for the first time here at the new Wembley Stadium, they've managed to win a major match without the aid of penalties. Michael Owen with an equalising goal, and Wayne Rooney, it had to be, with the winning goal with his head. It's Manchester United's year in the Carling Cup once again, and it's another trophy for Sir Alex Ferguson and his all-conquering Red Devils.
Wayne, what's it like to step off the bench and get the winner?
Yeah, it's a great feeling to play in a final at Wembley and score the winning goal. It's an unbelievable feeling, so I'm delighted, and I think a lot of the players who played throughout the competition should be proud of themselves. They were brilliant too. You
were desperate to play, but the manager kept you on the bench. You weren't well, I think.
No, obviously I want to play, but I had a little bit of a niggle, a little bit of a sore knee, so fortunately I come on, but unfortunately for Michael, but as I say, I'm delighted to get the winning goal as well.
Great to win, great to score, great to play a part in it. Just soured by obviously picking up a hamstring injuries, but hopefully I won't take too long to recover, and it's my first injury really since I've been at United. I've been, stayed clear of injuries, but unfortunately I picked one up today, but it's been a good day.
Terrific to get the victory, but for you personally, you must think, well, this is a real chance. Capello watching?
Well, I suppose so. If you look at it, I didn't even think of who was watching. A real chance because, it's not every week that I start a game. But saying that, I've been fit for every single game this year, bar one. I think I've been in something like 42 out of 43 squads on the bench or playing. So it's been a fantastic season so far, and I'm not going to grumble about, an injury. Hopefully, as I say, I'll be back pretty soon.
It's disappointing at the moment, but we gave it a good go. We've got a chance now in the FA Cup to try and come back
can hopefully go one better.
We gave it all. We started off really well. Perhaps maybe a little unfortunate. We weren't up a man early in the game. Millie tucked away his penalty really well, and then like all Man United teams, they came back and they're strong, but we had our chances as well.
Did you fear the worst? Did you fear perhaps a sending off, because many have questioned the decision?
I don't think so, because I go in front of him. I didn't behind him. I was in front of him, and I did a tackle. If I was behind, probably yes.
Do you feel Vidic should have been dismissed at the beginning?
I think that's going to be the talking point. Everybody going to talk about it. Could be. It didn't happen, so the game finished, and I don't think we should even talk about it anymore.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. They come at us in the last few minutes, and we knew they put plenty of balls in the box, and we had to defend well. And I thought irrespective of the performance, it's about winning when you're here, and we're delighted to be lifting the trophy.
Yeah, we won the Carling Cup last year, and it's a chance to win a trophy, and it's important after the semi-final against City. And what we went through to get here, we were desperate to win it, and it's the first trophy of the season, and it's a great start for us.
So it's the beaten team who've made the long walk up those many steps first of all. You can see the disappointment, led by their captain, Stilian Petrov. Villa not yet able to reach the heights of winning their first trophy under Martin O'Neill's management, but it is one step towards it. Those steps must feel awfully heavy when you've been beaten. United supporters are, of course, well used to this feeling. There will be a great roar when that trophy is lifted by Patrice Evra. With every year, it seems to be a different captain picking up the pots for Manchester United. And this time, it is Evra's turn. A player who has arguably been their most outstanding performer all season long. Takes his medal, takes the cup, and once again, the Carling Cup belongs to Manchester United. 2006, 2009, and now 2010, it's Sir Alex Ferguson's team who have won it once more.
Well, it means a lot to win cups for Manchester United. The players in there are overjoyed really that they've got the first trophy this season, and we hope now to fight on all fronts to get some more.
I wonder what you felt after 5 or 6 minutes. Mixed feelings perhaps, you were ahead, but should United have been down to 10 men at that point?
Well, I think that it would be universally accepted that they should have been down to 10 men. I mean, there's no other decision to make really in the game. It's just it's not a good decision by an otherwise fine referee, but it's poor, it's made, and obviously at Wembley we score the resulting penalty kick. They're down to 10 men for the whole of the game, for virtually the whole of the game. Of course, it's the major point of the match.
Well, the views of a pretty aggrieved Aston Villa manager Martin O'Neill there, while we've retreated into the warmth of the studio. Steve's with me once again. Steve, Martin O'Neill, do you think he had a point there? Nemanja Vidic should have been sent off early on in the game.
Yes, I mean, let's be honest, he's the last man. He brings the player down. He stops a goal-scoring opportunity. Yes, the letter of the law says that he should have gone. It wouldn't have been. I think it would have probably impaired the game from the great spectacle that it was. But still, he possibly has to go. Yeah.
Was it a case of Phil Dowd having to make a big decision very early on?
I mean, if it had been 3 minutes from the end,
and
I think the outcome would have been different. But to not even be booked for that is mystifying. As I say, if you do interpret the letter of the law as it stands, then Nemanja Vidic, unfortunately, from a Man United perspective, has to be sent off.
Yeah, and the thing is, of course, later on in the game, he picked up his yellow card, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which could have been itself also match-changing, but dispatched well James Milner the penalty there.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the type of person that gets nervous in those situations. We've seen him time and time again, dispatch them unerringly, and he did it once again.
It was a tale of two centre-halves, because obviously we saw Nemanja Vidic guilty of that foul in the penalty area. Richard Dunn, I mean, he did well to dispossess the Manchester United player after 12 minutes, but then could he have done better with the ball here, do you think?
Of course. I mean, he's got a clear. I mean, it's very, very topical this weekend, isn't it? Defensive mistakes, and you've got to say for both the first goals that was the case. I mean, he gets a little bit unlucky here, but whatever you say about Michael Owen, whatever he's lost from his game, he certainly hasn't lost the ability to put the ball in the back of the net, and it was a fantastic finish. If you look at the way he strikes the ball, It's a clean strike. He hasn't got an awful lot to aim at, but he picks his spot and finds it.
You've got a feel for Michael Owen, haven't you?
Yeah, he just can't get a run.
There's no bigger stage than Wembley. You've got the England manager present in Fabio Capello. You want to make a statement.
Absolutely.
With obviously the World Cup not too far away.
Yeah.
And then he has to go off just before half-time with a
I mean, he just
hamstring.
cannot get a run of games. I mean, it's the first time he started for quite a while, and I'm sure he would have thoroughly been looking forward to it. But unfortunately, from an Aston Villa perspective, it was probably the moment that changed the game and swayed it in Man United's favour.
No doubts Alex Ferguson had to introduce Wayne Rooney earlier than he would have liked.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the whole point of this was, hopefully, he could possibly get away with playing without Wayne Rooney, but that wasn't the case. And from the point of the game, he was the player that made all the difference. That's a fantastic header. It would have been quite easy for him to take his eye off the ball here. And James Collins comes towards him. He's almost expecting to get hit there. But he never takes his eye off the ball, and it's a marvellous header. And it's just a fantastic player in great form. And I think the one thing you could say, he's almost gone to that next level. You look at players, and they're almost not frightened to tackle him, but they know that he's in such good form. They don't want to dive in, because he'll make them look a fool. And only great players have that sort of aura about them.
And he's in such good form, particularly with his head. I mean, what is it? 7 goals in his last 8 strikes.
That's,
he could have scored again with a header later on.
That's the thing with Wayne Rooney. You can pigeonhole other players. You can't him, and he's got fantastic pace. He's got great movement. He's always offers himself up. His work rate is brilliant. And obviously, we've all probably underestimated him in the heading department.
He almost had too much time here.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to be a little bit precise, and he hasn't got an awful lot to aim at because Cuéllar is blocking most of the goal. But it's a fantastic effort all the same. And I mean, just when Aston Villa want that little bit of luck, Carew comes on, Heskey get the ball in the box. Unfortunately for them, it goes over rather than under the bar.
Martin O'Neill, of course, will now be hoping that this doesn't take away from their aim to finish 4th in the Premier League.
I don't think it will. I mean, what you have to understand is they played extremely well today. We were sat amongst the Aston Villa players the Aston Villa supporters at the end, and they were extremely positive, cheering their side. All right, okay, disappointed with the result, but I think very, very pleased with the way that their side performed. And I don't think that there will be any adverse reaction from that at all. Still got the FA Cup, still got 4th spot, lots and lots of positives still left in this season.
Steve, good to see you tonight.
Pleasure.
So Manchester United pick up the first domestic trophy of the season. For Sir Alex Ferguson, it's his 32nd major trophy of his career. Thanks in part to that man again. From all of us at Wembley, good night.
Take a drink at the ocean and treading water there before it dries. Let's dive, I wanna dive to the bottom of the ocean. I took a ride, I wouldn't go.
And then the ball goes down. It's a penalty for Aston Villa. Never mind Wayne Rooney. Michael Owen's on the field to score. Once again,